We're going to briefly discuss what we call fit-for-purpose boards. If you're thinking about upgrading your board of directors or establishing your first board, we have just a touch of advice we want to share. In upgrading boards, the common first discussion is for someone to say, "Oh, I know someone who would be great for our board. I've known him for a while. We play golf together." It's really natural, I think, to think about the people who can help you solve your board problem. We think that's a little bit misguided, maybe a little too early. Instead, we suggest a different approach, which we call fit for purpose. Don't think of your board as just a generic, it's like every other board, they all do the same things. Actually, boards have should have a very particular role or purpose to serve the owners over the next, say, 3 to 5 years. Purposes could be things like, oh, we really need to grow into new markets. Purposes could be like, hey, we really are transitioning to a new generation. How do we do that? Or it could be that your first non-family CEO is coming in and you want to do that transition successfully. Boards can do any of those things, but who you would want on your board would be very different. So as family owners, you should first sit down, discuss, and write down what you want your board to achieve over the next 3 to 5 years. Then you should be thinking about, well, what competencies and character do we need on the board to achieve the things that our board uniquely needs to do during this time frame? You want to find someone in general, once it's clear what you're trying to do, who's already done that somewhere else. So we say, you need to go find someone who's gone where you want to go. Now, also character is really important. Be careful when you're staffing your board to avoid those power-hungry former CEOs who haven't really removed themselves from the chair of CEO. Boards that you're trying to create probably is going to be, you want it to be very collaborative and not hierarchical. You want someone who can listen and talk with others as you're jointly problem solving. So if you're doing a fit for purpose board, first piece of advice is think about what that purpose of the board is, the competencies that you need to fulfill that, and then the people.